What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be taking $100 and seeing if we can get more value from Japanese booster boxes or a single English booster box from the same exact sets. What we're going to cover in today's video is the highlights from a live stream that we did last week where we opened up all of these booster packs. It was over 120 booster packs in total between English and Japanese. We're going to cover the highlights, crunch some numbers, show, because there is a definitive winner of where the value was. And I think that it was very fairly spread when it comes to the pools. Because to be fair with Pokemon, it is a lot about luck. You know, there is a chance that you just get better pulls from the Japanese or the English booster boxes. But in this case, it felt really close. You know, we didn't get anything too crazy, not a ton of chase cards, but there was some higher dollar cards. And because of the quality of some of the cards, I think that they might be worth being graded. And that's where another part comes in. But we're going to talk all about that in the video. Before we do want to let you know about that monthly giveaway. It's pretty much your last chance to enter that before we draw the winner. And then I'll be sending that awesome Alakazam EX box out to them. And then we'll have next month's giveaway to do as well. So make sure that you're subscribed to the channel because I'll only be picking subscribers. Like this video and comment down below and you're entered to win. All right, let's get into this one. All right, guys, so we're going to cover the highlights. And just before we get into them, I did want to preface that we are only valuing ultra rares and above. And I know that, you know, there are some pretty valuable holos and reverse rares, but it's like the differences in prices are just like, they vary so much. And it's like sometimes there'll be a sale for like $1, and then sometimes there's a sale for $2, or sometimes there's a sale for 50 cents, you know? So like, I'm just covering EXs, ultra rares, ARs, or better, you know? So just keep that in mind. But first off, we're gonna start off with, obviously, the English pools. So we've got an Incineroar EX, we've got an Iron Crown EX, a Fair Giraffe EX, Terrestrialized, Gouging Fire EX, Iron Leaves EX, Raging Bolt EX. We got through those pretty quickly, and then we go into some Ace specs with Awakening Drum and Neo Upper Energy. Really, really cool. Arbok Art Rare, very, very cool. Raging Bolt EX Full Art, Caesar EX Full Art, very nice. Grottle Art Rare, Mudsdale Art Rare, and then an Iron Crown Gold. So that is it. That is all of the pools, like I said, ultra rare or better, of the English cards. So, you know, nothing like too crazy, but you're going to see from the Japanese stuff that we didn't get anything super crazy either. So we're just going to go straight to the Japanese highlights now. So we've got our EXs first. So we've got the Iron Crown EX, Caesar EX, Raging Bolt EX, Gengar EX, the Wuglio or something, Walking Wake, Iron Gouge or something, Iron Boulder, Incineroar, another Iron Crown, Iron Leaves, and then another Incineroar. So those are our ultra rares, and then we start getting into some of the better stuff. So we get a Maximum Belt, A-Spec, a Minccino, Art Rare, a Iron Boulder EX. This is our secret rare for one of the boxes. Another secret rare, Explorer's Guidance. Excadrill Art Rare. Charjabug Art Rare. And then now, these are some of the cards that I looked through, and I believe they're worth grading. And we're going to talk about that during the numbers part. But we've got a Snom Art Rare. Very cute. We've got a Mudsdale Art Rare. Got that in English as well. Metagross Art Rare. Big fan of this card. Caesar EX, Secret Rare. Prime Catcher A-Spec. Another Prime Catcher A-Spec. 2 Sawsbuck Art Rares. And then a very, very cute Litten Art Rare. So that is all of the highlights from the Japanese cards. And now I want to crunch the numbers, show how many of those cards that we got, and then talk about the values and see who won this. All right, so I made a Google spreadsheet to crunch the numbers, and on the left side we have English, On the right side, we've got Japanese. So first off, one thing that I'd just like to point out is look at how many more cards there are from the Japanese. You know, just from the English, there's 14 cards, and then from the Japanese, there's 15 plus the 12 EX ultra rares. So that's 27 cards in Japanese and 14 cards that are ultra rares or better than English. And on top of that, the average values are actually higher. It's funny because I ended the live stream last week and I said, I think English took this one in raw values, which was totally wrong. If you add up all of the raw values for the English cards, it's $45. And now, of course, you could get lucky, you know, and Temporal Forces is kind of known for its tough pull rates. But I think that even Japanese didn't do like fantastic for the cards. Like there was a lot more chase cards that we could have gotten. And as you can see from here, none of the cards are worth more than $10 raw. So with that in mind, like I feel like it's pretty fair across that, you know, across that ballpark. And then also, you know, in general, the full arts that we got, the Raging Bolt EX, the Caesar, you know, those were just kind of average full arts, you know, like you can't even really put that against luck. And so Japanese, the raw values end up coming to $86. Okay. And I want to talk about this as well because Japanese just has such a better quality. Like the quality checking that goes into the Japanese cards, like, I mean, none of the cards that I had at the end there had white spots. They were all well centered. So like basically when you look at the PSA 10 prices as well on these cards, it comes out to $430. And now, of course, it's going to cost money to grade that, and then also you've got to subtract the raw value. And when you do that, it comes to $257. After like selling fees, you're around like $220, $215. But either way, you know, even if these cards didn't, you know, by somehow get PSA 10s, either way, even raw, you're still getting way more value than from the English, which is just crazy to me. Like, I thought that English had won, honestly, after the live stream. But after crunching these numbers, you can see right here, clearly Japanese took it. And, you know, I just think that, you know, when you're looking at getting cards because of their artworks and because of their value, I think you're doing really well for yourself for the Japanese cards, especially if you're interested in grading. But if you're someone who plays the TCG, I do think that you're getting a lot more value from the English. And here's why. In this experiment, I didn't really consider the hollows and reverse hollows. And, you know, I'm sure there's going to be a comment that's like, well, you got a bunch of these hollows that are worth $1 or $2. Now, I'm not going to take the time to sell all of those cards. You're going to lose so much to fees. It's going to take so much time to ship and, you know, to list them. But if you're going into it from the perspective of someone who plays the TCG, and obviously you really can't do that with the Japanese cards, I think you're doing great for the English cards. For someone who is, you know, after the values or the PSA 10, you know, cards, I think you're doing great with Japanese. But, you know, I'd be curious to hear you guys' thoughts on it, and those are the numbers. So guys, that is it. Japanese booster boxes are the better value. What do you guys think? Leave a comment down below what your thoughts were on this experiment. I thought it was really interesting. You know, this idea kind of all came from, I was watching a live stream of a YouTuber opening up a bunch of Japanese packs, and he just felt like he wasn't getting a ton of crazy stuff. You know, it was just kind of sluggish at times. And that is definitely the case with Japanese packs. I will say, you know, compared to 90 packs, we definitely did not get, you know, the best ratio of hits per pack, you know, but it still was just so many more packs than you're getting from, you know, a 36 pack booster box of English, that there was just so many more hits, even if we were getting some packs with absolutely nothing. And, you know, the quality was just so top notch. I'm definitely going to be grading those cards, and the values are there, you know, even though it was kind of surprising for some of them, the values are there, they've sold for that much, and even after subtracting all of that info and, you know, obviously there'll be the 15% for selling fees on eBay, but I still think it's worth it, and it was just Japanese won by a long shot in this one. But let me know if you guys want to see this again with different sets. Maybe it would be, you know, a little bit different. Maybe, you know, maybe Wild Force and Cyber Judge just have better average priced cards. Who knows? But I'd really be curious to hear your thoughts on it. Don't forget about that monthly giveaway. I appreciate you guys. We'll catch you in the next one.